college football all day. It's a Football Friday right here on The Zone. Whether it's the Utes, Cougars, or Aggies, we've got you covered. This is a Football Friday edition of JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Welcome on in, everybody. Happy Football Friday to you. JJ and Alex, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Alex Kirry here. Sitting in for Jeremiah Jensen is Sam Farnsworth, also of KSL 5 TV duties fame. KSL 5, of course, is now the home of NBA on NBC.
Oh man,
Can you believe it?
Awesome.
They even got Bob Costas' voice on the intro, man.
Dude, amazing.
Feels all old school.
You know what I love too, and I didn't realize this till last week, but they've got a weekly thing with Michael Jordan too. How awesome is that? And he's sitting there dogging
Scottie Pippen? Oh. No.
Right.
Every interview Scottie Pippen does, he's like, Michael's a bad guy. You're like, geez, settle down, Scottie.
No, he's dogging like load management and stuff nowadays.
Yeah. I love it.
You know, it's man, that's the type of NBA player I want more of. I've
been seeing a lot of Michael Jordan on my feed lately because he's popping up more and more because of those weekly deals. I think with NBC, you're able to see him kind of more often, and I don't know. I long for those days of not the guys punching each other in the mouth, literally, but I like the toughness.
I brought that up with some of my coworkers down in the TV side of sports, and I said, what if, kind of like hockey, you just let the guys duke it out every now and then, right? You just let them throw a couple. Obviously, there's going to be some penalties and suspensions, right? We know that's going to happen. If you're going to throw a punch, you're going to be suspended. But if you're going to throw a punch, go for it.
By the way,
let's let them throw some punches.
Some of the people who threw the best punches were like the best players in the league, right?
Like Larry Bird.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, keep going. Danny Ainge was a good punch thrower, too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
All the Celtics from the 80s. There you go.
Sorry, derailed it.
No. It's all sports talk.
That's what I do when I come in here.
Sam Farnsworth was sitting in for JJ. He and Sly are calling that 6A playoff game. I guess it's the second round, or is it the opening round? I mean,
second
they had opening
round,
rounds.
There was just a couple of teams that played a first round game.
Right.
So all these teams had byes, too. But yeah.
All right, let's get things kicked off here the way we always do it. Top of the hour. It's The Cut. We're going to jump in right here with Christian Cox, former Utah Utes defensive end, and also father of many children, who's going to be dragging around the neighborhood for Halloween today. So we're going to jump in right here with The Cut. Let's do it.
It's time for the biggest story of the day. This is what made the cut with JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Doug Smith brings you this portion of the program, an incredible selection of Kia, Subaru, Chevy, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram. It's all in American Fork, Spanish Fork, and in Linden. Nobody knows cars like Doug. Christian Cox joining us on the program. I guess it's the other way around, Christian, right? The kids drag you around the neighborhood for Halloween?
Yeah, right. They got to do their job. I got to just chase them, Got to make sure they're safe.
Well, the dad tax is real.
Yes.
What is included in the dad tax that Christian Cox takes from the kids' bags of candy?
Oh, listen, they just don't even know. I'm just sneaking those Reese's peanut butter cups, those Butterfingers. I'm not a big Almond Joy fan guy, but if it's a Reese's shaped, it's like the holiday type. So if it's a pumpkin, an egg, or a Christmas tree, man, I'm a sucker for it.
Do you have any creative control with their costumes? Are they still young enough where you can kind of dictate what they're wearing?
No, my wife controls that. We had our seventh child, a girl, and I didn't realize the movie The Sound of Music, Captain Von Trapp had 7 kids, and so we have family. So my wife, every year we do like a creative costume. I'll send you the video, but that's what we're doing.
That's awesome.
I didn't know. I feel like the kindred connection now with you. Now that I'm also in the 7 Children Club, which is. It's a weird space to be in.
Yeah, we're guiding ourselves live on air. That's a lot of kids, 14 between 2 of us.
Yeah.
Same wife, 1 woman,
Yeah, and we didn't have any twins. Did you guys have any twins along the way?
No, none. See, no, my oldest is 11.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's a lot. See, that's the thing is you could probably get the Von Trapps if the oldest is 11.
Yeah, it is.
You could convince them, like you could force them. See, and my oldest is almost 17, and so he's like. he's mad about everything. He's not participating in anything, and so trying to get the oldest ones would be the harder part. We have like everybody's about 2 years apart, and so we have a mix of, and our youngest is. But yeah, they're small still, so they're wearing like the bluey and the bingo outfits for the two younger girls, and the two boys are, they did the same thing. Football equipment return hasn't happened yet.
Yes.
Football equipment return didn't happen, so you throw on the Davis Darts gear and go, I'm a football player, and it's just like low effort, but anything to get the candy in the bags by the end of it. So, well, we appreciate you joining us, Christian. One of the things that I wanted to know about was, with this Utah Utes team this year, the ups and downs have been a lot less than the ups and downs last year. At the very least, I think people look and they go, look, it's not 2024, and this team has proven on both the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball, they're top 10 in both of those categories across the country. Nobody is doing what Utah does except for a handful of other teams that are also in the conversation. They're the only ones that aren't in the national championship contender conversation, but you can't leave them out of that college football playoff just yet because there might be a path for them to get to the Big 12 championship game.
Listen, there's narrow margin for error to get there, but again, Utah loves to play from a better position as the underdog, and anytime you're overly favored as a Ute, for some reason we don't love to show up. But right now, as you have two losses, and those two losses don't actually look so bad considering the teams you lost to. You lost to a one-loss Texas Tech team that's really solid, and a zero-loss BYU team that's a top 10 or a top 11 team in the country and really solid. And the conference is actually better than you thought. And I think all Utah fans, going into the Colorado game, you're just trying to get a sense of how good is this Utah team. And what's scary is you blow the doors off of some teams, and then you lose games you potentially could have won if you executed a little bit differently. And that's what happens when you're playing against quality opponents. Like when you're talking, A-type talent, B+, and so there's still a window. It's narrow. Your fingers are crossed. You're hoping for the ultimate setup that Utah runs the rest of the way out, and somehow you're playing Texas Tech or BYU in the Big 12 championship. But what's odd to me is the stat that if BYU has two losses and Utah has two losses, Utah has the tiebreak because of percentages. Like, for me, that's mind-boggling.
Right.
That doesn't make sense, and couldn't be more excited to root against the Cougars here in the next 4 games. Where before I was like, I hope they win out so they play each other. But Houston looks like they have an easier route.
Yes, they do.
You know how Novembers are,
Yep.
and Novembers are strange. Weird things always happen, and so it's going to be an exciting next 4 weeks, honestly, in college football.
Well, it feels kind of like this weekend's game too, Christian. That tomorrow night's game is maybe where we get the best sense of just how good this Utah team is, because like you mentioned, their losses are against a one-loss team, an undefeated team, but their wins have been dominant, right? There's not, every single one of their wins, their opponent hasn't even been close. Do you feel that way, that Saturday night's game will really kind of maybe define who this Utah team is this season?
Yeah, listen, that's why you play this game. It's the third time in the state you've had a television network that's come to Salt Lake or Provo to highlight the quality football programs we have in the state, and this is why you do it. Last year you start out 5-0 and went on this desert of no wins to your last win against UCF. This year you're 6-2. This is where your seasons are made or broken when you're about 8 games in, and you got an undefeated in-conference Cincinnati team that's only been on the road truly twice. They had a game in Missouri that was neutral site against Nebraska. So Cincinnati really hasn't played in an environment against a team like Utah. So it's going to be really interesting considering how good Cincinnati's quarterback is. He has 26 touchdowns, 1 interception, but you haven't played at Rice-Eccles. And you're trying to figure out how good is this Utah team and how good is this Cincinnati team. And top 10, you're in those categories, but you're paid to execute. And what could be really special, and these Utah teams over the last 4 years, the back-to-back Rose Bowl teams, in 2023 2022 you got really lucky with the Oregon State win over Oregon to
Right.
throw you in the Pac-12 championship. This year, you can control your destiny to a degree, but you still need a lot of help. And this night, tomorrow night, is going to be season-defining. And honestly, not to be overbearing, but like career-defining for Witt and legacy-defining as he's rounding out the chapters of his book. And I don't think anyone wants to win more than Morgan Scally and Kyle. And not a better circumstance on national television, on ESPN, with Game Day, where we haven't really lived up to those expectations. And the rosters, though, this year, they're healthy. Everyone's ready to go. Obviously, Devin's ankle, you got Bird as a backup, but it's going to be – I'm fascinated. I hope there's not a letdown, and I don't think these boys will be letting anyone down. I think it's going to be a really special game Saturday night.
What have your thoughts been about this offense this year with Jason Beck running things the way that they have? Obviously, Witt's been really excited about the run-heavy part of it. That's where the offense starts with this team. And you've got two quarterbacks who can do all of the things that they're asking of one another because they have the same skill set.
Yeah, listen, the last 2 years, I think it's pretty clear on how many touchdowns they've had on the last two seasons versus just this season, right? Their red zone offense is much better. And, you know, the years with Cam Rising when he was healthy-ish and healthy to a degree, why they were so dangerous is Cam could run and throw. And Cam in the past was, 60, 70 touchdowns to 20 interceptions. Those are just great numbers. And as you look at Devin Dampier this year, he's a great leader. But its offense is predicated on running the ball effectively. And that's Kyle's love language, right? Control clock. But it's a mix. It's a hybrid. It's really hard to follow. It's a hybrid of some, Air Force, Navy concepts with some spread and some option game. And I think Jason Beck is, let's give him, let's not give everyone an A+ or an A, but probably an A- grade or A. I think he's exceeded my expectations as an O coordinator. I'm not out here wondering why they're calling certain plays. Are you going to be perfect? No, but this offense is dynamic. I think what's scary is against BYU on the road, it kind of fizzled out or just was like wanted more. And against a really good defense at Texas Tech, the running game wasn't working at all. And so I think they've kind of figured out, how they want to attack. And it's also against the quality opponents. Colorado, you ripped off, I think, 3 56-yard touchdowns on the ground between, quarterback and two different running backs. So it's going to be really fascinating as the quality of opponents go up. Cincinnati's defense I watched against Oklahoma State was not as impressive as I thought, but their offense is amazing. This quarterback is really special. Obviously, their top rusher is not going to be running on Saturday, so it's really in Utah's favor if the defense can come get some big stops, do what they did against Colorado, get the offense scoring like you did against Arizona State and West Virginia. These games get lopsided really quick, and it becomes really loud at Rice-Eccles. And it's the first time in 3 or 4 years you've had this recipe of success because you've had no offense, honestly, the last 2 years, and it's just a breath of fresh air to actually control clock, control the line of scrimmage, and go drive and score and actually have continuity and identity on offense.
Christian, you know well that, Utah, you can always count on a good, stout Utah defense, and it feels like it's no different this season again. But one player that really stands out to me that stood out to a lot of us has been the way John Henry Daly's played coming off that line. The next addition to Sac Lake City, I think he's one behind the nation lead right now in sacks this season. For what he has done this season, is there any part of his game that's maybe surprised you this year, what he's done, and how important is it for him to get into the backfield on Saturday night?
Yeah, huge. I think he's surprised everyone. I think the volume of sacks has surprised everyone, especially as a redshirt sophomore. Usually you're doing that your junior and senior season, but it does go to show you how strong he is, but also how elusive he is with his hands. And this is a position that I played that I love. I love watching DN play. I love watching how they're coming off and getting their get off against these tackles. But John Henry has a motor, and John has a fast, quick step his first 3 steps, he's already ahead of the guard, so he's already getting them uncomfortable. But he's not just a one-move guy. He's not just a bull rush through you, which most strong people do. They're just like, I'm just going to run right through you, which isn't the art of pass rushing. The art of pass rushing is making them feel really uncomfortable, meaning, are you going to take an inside pass rush move? Are you going to set them up inside and go outside? Are you going to actually have an outside spin move? And so he's had the fortune of a really good back end, Smith Snowden, Teo Johnson, but also another good bookend with Logan Fano. And so, but he is everything as advertised and deserves every bit of credit, because going into it, it wasn't his position. He went and took it. He went and earned it. And I think that's why I think everyone loves Utah, is because Morgan doesn't play favorites because you're a certain 4 or 5-star recruit. You just are given this role. You go earn your roles, and he deserves the success he's had, and it's really bright for Utah's future. He's got more years to go, and Utah needs fumbles and cause fumbles and sacks, and that's what this whole defense has created. And I think John is a critical piece as a leader of that defense.
Christian Cox joining us on the program on a Football Friday. Get you ready for Utah and Cincinnati tomorrow at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Why is it that they have so much success at night?
I was joking with Jake Hatch about this. I don't know. I was like, for some reason, all of the biggest games, and I'm just rattling off a bunch of big games, right? If you go back against, TCU in 2008, it was late at night. It was a 13-10 win. It was so loud in that stadium. The win against Oregon to send you into the first Pac-12 championship, Britton Covey's big punt return before halftime was just like a punch to the jugular. You could feel the game was shifting. BYU 2008 was a late game at night that kept us, undefeated, that sent us to play Alabama. The only day game we actually have won that was big was Michigan on the road in 2008. Everything else, I don't know. We can't wake up early. We like to get our rest. It's just better set up for night, and I don't know why, but it's terrible.
Is the atmosphere different now compared to when you were on the field for the Utes? Is it the same? Is it similar? I mean, do you notice a difference?
In terms of crowd ferocity, the new setup with the south end zone at Rice-Eccles just adds just a new level of professionalism and loudness. But listen, the Muss and Utah fans have always been loud, even back to the Alex Smith Urban days. You could feel Rice-Eccles shaking, when Paris Warren was scoring touchdowns. There's just tradition. And I think the mechanics of how they get ready for the game is the same. And as a player, when you're last and you've rested all day, because these are athletes, they've got school, they've got other stuff. They're probably not getting their nutrition and sleep. They need as much as they can get, but it is an odd thing. Please don't ask us to play at noon or 11 a.m. Just ask us to play at night under the lights, and you might get a very special performance.
It was weird. We did our college football Saturday pregame show outside of Rice-Eccles, and it was we all convinced ourselves no. Texas Tech coming in here. This is Utah. But when people are tailgating at 3 a.m., out in the parking lot, and we're trying to get them, and they're walking by, and we're like, grab a donut on the way to the stadium. It just felt weird. And like a 10 a.m. kickoff, it's hard to ask a lot. It's hard to ask people to do, this much, right? When you're trying to figure out how to win and what you're consistently good at. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but in terms of how the Utes do, tomorrow I think that totally goes into the 10.5-point line. You think Vegas absolutely takes that into account. They're like, Utah wins games at night, man. If they're wearing black uniforms on top of it, forget about it.
Yeah, it's very strange. But you look, Oregon was a loss at home in the middle of the day, Texas Tech, TCU, 2010. A lot of day games, but, at Rice-Eccles at night, when they do the big scream, going into the fourth quarter, and there's just you can feel it in the air when you're a fan. And these players, you put them in black uniforms underneath the lights with our fans. they usually rise up to make the plays. And I think what's so exciting about tomorrow night is this not the first game we've played with Cincinnati in football, or was that Texas Tech? I don't know.
First ever game. First ever game. First ever game. Cincinnati's never experienced it. They don't know what we're about, and that's to our favor. And I just hope they come out and punch fast, and I think they will. I think that's what set them back against BYU. I think on the road at Lavelle Edwards Stadium, there was never taking out the energy of Lavelle Edwards Stadium, and it just stayed alive the whole game. And so you're at home, punch fast, get quick touchdowns like you did against Arizona State and Colorado, and then just boa constrictor, wrap yourself around them and squeeze. And that's just what Utah fans have done and have helped. And I don't know, I couldn't be more excited about tomorrow night, and hopefully we live up to the bill.
Are you a drum and feather or W logo? Like those, the hand-painted helmets are looking pretty awesome.
It's a great question. When I was playing, we were drum and feather. Kyle had this cool, and John Pease too, had this cool old, like all the old colored Utah jerseys through like the 20s. So you could see the silver ones and the W's with silver jerseys. And I like the W, but there's something about that drum and feather, especially these new ones, these hand-painted. Like, how do you not get excited about that?
No, it's how big the logo is too on the helmet is phenomenal.
It's going to be special, and I just, these big games, Utah has struggled in the day. They've done well at night. I just hope they can do that tomorrow.
Yep.
Christian Cox, always nice enough to join us on the program. Have fun tonight, keeping up with the kids out there, and stay safe. Keep everybody well lit out there.
Get your glow sticks.
Yeah, no, and the Cox family has always delivered on a late night Halloween. You guys always seem to win too as a family.
Yeah, we do okay, but appreciate you, Alex and Sam. Have a good day.
All right, there you go, Christian Cox, everybody. Hey.
He was talking about the different color jerseys that, they were able to see over there. I didn't know this, but I just saw recently BYU had an orange jersey once upon a time. Like,
bring it back.
That's, I don't know.
They did?
Random thought. Yeah, I saw, I think it was Fox when they came for Big Noon. They did some, like, behind-the-scenes tour. It was Connor Pay. Oh, no, this was one of those podcast guys, the snapback guys, right?
Yes.
Connor Pay was walking
he's doing
with them,
he did
right?
He did the little tour with the snapback guys.
Yeah, and they're showing all the old uniforms, and there's an orange jersey on the wall. I don't know. Old school, I guess, but totally random thought. But
bring it back.
Might as well, right? Incorporate
people are like,
that somehow.
oh, yes, from the old Rocky Mountain League.
Aggie days, were they ever Aggie? It's like all the old Aggie schools have some sort of orange.
They're like, it's so you can be visible when you're on your tractor. You can wear your jersey on your tractor. I'm trying to think too because who else? Yeah,
like Colorado State.
Yeah, they did the orange.
Does Utah State have an orange? I don't know.
Anyway. What's the stupid thing that Fresno State does? Like the green
V for Valley or something.
Nobody freaking knows what that is.
The Valley up there. I don't know.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Right. Let's take a break. The hand painted helmet. That guy's carved himself out a little. Painted himself a little.
No kidding.
Into a little niche situation there. By the way, how long do you have to work on those?
Like, does he paint each one individually, or is it just one hand-painted thing that they put onto every helmet?
No.
Paint every single helmet?
I watched the thing a few years ago where he did them all. They were showing them. They're all there. Yeah. No, they don't go.
Does he have a team?
I think it's just the one guy and some Sharpies.
And like 100 helmets.
No, and like, I honestly, look it up, but I mean, I think that the guy.
That is amazing.
I watched the thing on it one time, and the guy, I think he has like a day job, and then he does this on the side. I'm like, there's no way you can do 100 helmets on the side. Like, I'm sure they have to figure it out. Because you remember, he brought up the 2021 season with Britton Covey running that one. So I took my kid to that game because I was like, this is going to be a game, dude.
Yeah.
And we lived, at that point, we lived over by the stadium, and so it was easy to get to. And I would always take my boys to, if there was a game that was on the schedule. We did a Halloween night game. I think one night it was one of those, dark mode, blackout nights. And I remember ESPN was there. It was a Friday night. It was it was a Saturday night game. But Darth Vader was running the camera on the south end. I was like, this is as good as it gets. And they played Oregon State, so it was like Halloween colors even. Anyway, but I remember that the 2021 game. They were wearing the USS Salt Lake City helmets.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that one, I think that's the one where I watched the guy do, because each one of them was very unique. Maybe all of these are a touch different, but I don't know. There's a full it's Armando Villarreal. He's the one who does it. So
Brilliant.
pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take the break here. Appreciate Christian Cox jumping in with us on a Football Friday. Get you ready for that game. We'll come back around the corner. Let's talk a little bit more about this game. We'll break it down a little bit. We've also got some sound from Morgan Scally as well. We can sneak in. So I've got a top 10 for you. It's a Halloween edition of a top 10 coming up at the top of the hour as well. So stay with us. Sam Farnsworth, nice enough to sit in for JJ and Sly, who are calling the game, a high school game night live playoff game on the other signal over on 1280. So go take a listen there during the break and then come right back. More to go. 97.5 KSL Sports Zone.
All college football, all day. It's a Football Friday right here on the Zone. Whether it's the Utes, Cougars, or Aggies, we've got you covered. This is a Football Friday edition of JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
You can nominate the youth sports volunteer that you know for the Hercules Hero of the Week program. All you have to do is nominate that person at kslsports.com/contest. Then listen every Thursday on our program, and we read the winners off here for you on JJ and Alex. Help us celebrate the efforts of those volunteers who make an impact in their community with the Hercules Hero of the Week Award, sponsored by Hercules First Federal Credit Union and Beehive Meals. They get a prize from both of those places. So get those nominations going in kslsports.com/contest. Bird Ficklin last week. Sam Farnsworth was filling in for JJ today.
Mm-hmm.
Bird was phenomenal.
Am I doing as well as Bird did when he filled in for Devin Dampier?
You guys have you and JJ both have a very similar skill set. Both mobile.
Very particular.
Both
set of
mobile
skills.
at the co-host position. Bird comes in and what was it? Second play of the game goes to 65, 63 yards on the touchdown.
Yep.
Explosive plays took over that game. Utah was up 43-0. Honestly, the 53-7 number was a charity event by the end of this thing to not have it go. My kids were definitely like, I hope they get to 86-0, Dad. I'm like, you just don't double up what the second half.
We were debating that
they could have
that the halftime interview with Coach Prime when he was out on the field is like, you know what? I think I'm announcing that I'm going to be stepping away from the program. That
now
these kids deserve better than this right now. I'm going to step away. We're like, does Prime retire before he comes out of the halftime locker?
Well, in a weird moment too, like Prime was on the sideline yelling at his defensive coordinator, which was not a thing that happens. Like, he doesn't get in his coach's faces, but it was so embarrassing how little Colorado showed up, and it was just what the doctor ordered for Utah to be able to say, hey, 2 wins in a row now at home, the last 2 home games at Rice-Eccles Stadium. They've both been massive blowouts against pretty respectable teams like Arizona State. May they rest, because they're dead the rest of the season without Sam Levitt. But 42 points against them, only give up 10 points. They score 53 against Colorado, only give up 7. So 95-17 in the past 2 games at Rice-Eccles Stadium. That's why they're one of the best offensive teams in the conference, and they're one of the best defensive teams in the conference. But what do we learn from Bird Ficklin and who we're going to see under center for the Utes tomorrow?
Well, I mean, just based off of the injury reports, can you trust Kyle Whittingham's injury reports?
Never.
But based off what we see on the injury reports, Devin Dampier not even listed, right?
So he's going to play.
Yeah, he's got to play. And is he better than Ficklin? Yeah, I think the experience is invaluable. What we learned about Bird Ficklin, though, is that, oh my goodness, they have this very electric, very dynamic athlete that they can turn to. If Dampier goes down, I don't know that there's much of a step back.
Right.
And you can say, well, that was against Colorado. It's a small sample. It's 1 game. Okay, sure. But he still ran for – no quarterback in Utah history ran for as many yards in a game as Bird did against Colorado.
That's pretty crazy.
151 yards, right? So
well, at the same time, though, I think Bird is not as good of a passer as Devin Dampier is, but I also don't think that Devin has been –
he hasn't been
extremely sharp.
Right, he hasn't been
throwing the football either. Right. So I think that – leaning on what that run game is for them, So the just go off what you did last year. You just have to run for about 450 yards. You should be
Right.
fine.
And the quarterback's got to do a lot of it. So that's the other thing, right? So Wayshawn Parker's had his moments this season. Nakari Rogers has had his moments this season. I don't feel like either has been super consistent though. And if they had a little more consistency at that position, a little more reliable there, I would feel a little more comfortable. But you mentioned the last 2 wins. All of their wins have been absolute blowouts, and their offense has been running on all cylinders. Are they that good? I mean, you go to the the cliche saying, you're not as good as your best, you're not as bad as your worst. Well, I really feel that way about Utah. They're probably not as good as the team that we saw against Colorado. They're definitely, I don't think, as bad as the team we saw against Texas Tech. In fact, that was kind of shocking, I felt. But we were talking about it with Christian last segment. The schedule is set. If they can take care of business Saturday night, there's a great chance that they wrap up the season without another loss and head into the postseason from there. And if the dominoes fall right in their favor, they could still play for something really big in a conference championship and potential playoff spot.
Stranger things have happened, right? I mean, you think about the year that Oregon was rolling and then ended up rolling over and losing.
Yeah.
Like, that was insane.
Is that the first year? What was that?
That was the second year. Utah just needed to get in, right? They just needed to get in. And as soon as they got in, then they absolutely hammered USC in Vegas.
Well, even that first year, they were 1-2, right? They lost to BYU. They lost to San Diego State the first Rose Bowl year.
Right.
When Rising came in and
Rising
took
comes
over.
in, and he takes over, and that team ended up I don't know if they ended up going 10-2 on the season.
They didn't lose again.
11-2 because they went and they won the Pac-12 championship game.
Right,
and then they lose in the Rose Bowl, like a very, very close game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
strange things can happen in college football, but at that moment when they had lost in overtime to San Diego State in a game played in the LA Galaxy Stadium in LA.
Oh, that was
a game that I was at.
Double or triple overtime, one of those?
I think it was double overtime.
Yeah.
It got to that point, and it just felt like, man, this season is cooked. But, hey, never say never in college football.
We'll take another break here. We've got a Football Friday / Halloween edition of a top 10 coming up around the corner. Sam's going to hang out for another segment here this hour. And next hour, we're going to have a conversation with Mitch Harper on how the Big 12 fares the rest of the way. Mitch and I host, of course, First and 12 on KSL News Radio during the week, and we chat a little bit about the Big 12 itself, and we're going to get into what this conference has to do to get a couple of teams in possibly, but also kind of where they sit compared to some of the other teams across the country who are not just on the outside looking in, but how difficult of a go it's going to be to try to get yourself into a Big 12 championship game. So many people feel like they have a shot at doing it, and they do. And so many of them are going to be relying on other teams to be able to get there as well. So stay right here with us. More to go around the corner. 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.
All college football all day. It's a Football Friday right here on the Zone. Whether it's the Utes, Cougars, or Aggies, we've got you covered. This is a Football Friday edition of JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
We are almost up against it when it comes to being able to win that pair of tickets to tomorrow night's blackout game against Cincinnati up at the University of Utah. Utah, Cincinnati tickets. I've got another keyword for you. If you've been listening along and you've been following these keywords and texting them in, you get yourself a better opportunity to be able to win the final keyword of the day, because we're going to be reading out that winner next hour right here. The keyword is MUSS. MUSS. Yes, the Mighty Utah Student Section. Just text it in 57500. That's the key word. You'll be automatically entered to win tickets for tomorrow night's game versus Cincinnati up at the University of Utah in Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Musk.
Not Musk, no.
Muss?
People are like, Muskie? Is that the new? No, that's Tusky. No, MUSS. MUSS. Your keyword. 57500. That's KSL 00. And we'll get you in it. As long as you text in, it just gets automatically uploaded into the system, and then we'll pick our winner next hour. More chances of hearing all those different keywords across the day, the better odds you have of winning the tickets. Okay, I've got a top 10 here for you, How does the top 10 work, Napolis? You want to explain it to our friend Sam on how the top 10 works? So very first off is you don't participate very often. What else?
No. I don't participate very often. But
I hear you guys do this segment.
Okay.
Every now
see,
and
there
then,
you go.
So you know what it's about. You got 60 seconds.
I think.
Napolis, don't take your headset off and
I
just
hear the
already
would you
give up.
rather. So wait, what?
So top 10, I've got
Okay.
in front of me. This is a Halloween edition on a Football Friday.
I have to guess what's in your top 10?
No, not my top 10. I have in
sorry.
front of me a
Go ahead.
definitive list
All right, gotcha.
of the top 10 Halloween movies of all time. Now,
okay.
what I mean by Halloween is these are voted on by fans over time, like their favorite movies to watch during Halloween. So even if it's not a quote-unquote Halloween theme to it,
Yeah.
it's scary as hell. All right?
Are you talking specific movies or specific franchises of scary movies?
Are they supposed to be scary
I
movies or just
mean-
Halloween movies?
No, okay, I
There's a
just said
difference.
this.
You said
Sean,
Halloween.
Sean, listen, you guys
You
need
said
to
Halloween,
freaking
but
listen
then you
up.
said scary as hell. So.
I said, that's what I said. I go, they're on, like people watch these the most on Halloween.
gotcha.
They
Whether
are
it's
not
all right,
Halloween
gotcha.
themed
Yep.
necessarily or not,
Got it. Done.
but they are,
All right.
like I said, they could be very scary. They could just be like a classic, Halloween type movie. So
I gotcha.
you've got 60 seconds on the clock. You guys have no shot. You had way too many questions
go at the
before
same
this thing
time
started
here?
up. Yeah. You can just start yelling them
Just
out. I've
go.
got them in
60
front of me.
seconds, we just go.
60 seconds. I've got the top 10 in front of me.
I've got way too many.
On your mark. Get set. Go.
Beetlejuice.
Ding.
Hocus Pocus.
Ding.
My wife loves that movie. Let's
Halloween.
do.
Halloween. Ding.
What's Peanuts? Great Pumpkin.
Great Pumpkin,
Great
Charlie
Pumpkin.
Brown. Are you reading off of something?
No,
Get
but
out of
I
here.
know that movie. The
This
Great Pumpkin.
guy is reading off of the Google.
Hey, I
You
closed.
son of a gun.
I closed my laptop.
You get invited to
Hey,
this?
those are three that I knew
He
without Google.
pointed at his computer. He's like, "No, I like that one." You son of a gun.
Hey, it's closed. It's
Okay,
closed.
fine.
Great Pumpkin.
Got it.
So my favorite's not going to be on there. One of my favorites, The Burbs.
Oh, The Burbs is a great
The Burbs
movie.
is
No.
phenomenal. It's not going to be on there.
Okay.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Ding.
I
get
see
Scream?
dead people.
You say Scream? Just on the outside.
What's that one called again? I see dead people.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. Oh.
I know. That's a great one, though.
What Lies Beneath?
Great scary movie, but you're asking Sean for.
Paranormal Activity.
No. I love how you said that, though. I don't know. Okay. Here's your top 10.
We wasted too much time with you chastising me.
Well,
so
this
give
is
me 30
this
more
is an
seconds on the
offense.
clock.
This is an offense. This
I
is
didn't
an
know
offense
that was a rule.
beyond. This guy's over here with Google open. He was like this.
Look, I gave you the three that were already on my mind, but I
I
wasn't.
hate you.
And then-
By the way, do I need to say during a game that you can't cheat? Do I need to say it? I guess as a
I
guest
thought it was
you can
open
do
book.
We have way too many kids in school nowadays. They're like, you can open your book if you want to use it. You can use your notes. Okay, here are the top 10.
All right, go.
Beetlejuice, Nightmare on Elm Street,
Clearly.
Night of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great.
That's a good
One of the OG zombie movies. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, Nightmare Before Christmas, Psycho.
Did any of us say? Did you say Nightmare Before Christmas?
No,
I don't know
no,
why
no.
I
He
didn't say
said
that.
he said
I don't know why I didn't say that. Should have said that.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus, which you wouldn't have gotten unless you would have cheated off the dang screen in front of you.
My wife has to watch it every year.
Hey
My wife-
Google, what's Alex's top 10 of the Halloween movies? Hey Siri, get out of here. No, I'm not doing it. No, Siri, I'm not actually talking to you. Stop. Evil Dead,
I don't know that one.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Classic.
Now this one I'm really disappointed in you guys. The last two, number 3 and number 1, I'm very disappointed. You got number 2, which is Halloween. Number 3 is The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Disappointing that you
Yeah.
can't.
You're right.
Come on.
What's the one in the hotel with the twins? That's
Number
on-
1. What is it? No Child's Play. No, come on. Now I was shocked too.
No, what is it?
Ghostbusters is actually on the outside
what's number
looking in.
one? I can't think of the name of it.
Shot in Colorado, a lot of it.
Yes, up in
The Shining.
The Shining.
The
thank you.
Shining.
So people go to that hotel.
Yeah, they do.
All the time.
What's it called?
I don't remember.
Me
It's
neither.
Like up in Erie.
But they have that
Colorado.
maze. They have that maze
Yeah.
of hedges out there. It's made it famous.
Look, The Shining. But not only that, they had a TV version. That was a 2-night event, like on TNT in the 90s.
And I'll tell you
watched
what,
that.
I did too.
That spooked me
Here's
out.
the thing about The Shining. The Stanley Kubrick Shining, which everybody's familiar with because it's got
Mm-hmm.
Olive from Popeye
Yeah.
is in it,
Right.
but also Jack Nicholson. Here's Johnny, right?
Yeah.
Coming through the door. So that's the part. But that Shining is kind of not really what the book is.
Right.
If you've ever read Stephen King's book, the 2-part series that they
Yes.
did with the guy from Wings, I know what
Yes,
you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. The
guy from Wings.
Yep.
The brother on Wings.
Wings was great.
Great show, very underrated. That was way more along the lines of what the actual book
It
delivered.
scared the crap out of me.
It is. I'll tell you what was shocked me was The Ring is not on here. The Ring
that's
is
a good one.
classic scary.
Yeah.
Alien also on the list, but not just on the outside looking in. I can't believe Ghostbusters wasn't
Old
on there.
1960s, 70ish movie that I watched as a teenager that kept me awake for multiple nights after I watched it, called The Changeling.
Oh,
That anything.
George. So The Changeling is my number
Wow.
one scariest movie of all time.
Yeah, that's probably my number one. That one.
Are you the
changed me.
child killed by the cold car? Like they have a seance
They
in
do the
it.
seance. The
that
seance.
makes
Oh my
me
gosh. Yes.
nuts.
Yes.
It makes me nuts.
Yeah.
And part of the thing is it's set in Seattle, and it's you
there
need
you
to go rent it. What's his name? George.
Changeling. I'm telling you. Watch it with the
it's
lights
not-
off in your basement by
and
yourself.
it's not the one with what's her name in it. George C. Scott. So George C. Scott's the main guy in it.
Yeah.
And there's a wheelchair.
Yeah. Oh,
There's
the ball
a
bounces down the stairs.
there's
and-
digging up
yeah.
remains and having
Yeah.
the seance was.
That did it for me. That did it for me.
Okay.
I couldn't sleep.
You guys want to hear a story?
Could not
Real quick,
sleep.
I've got a Halloween story for you.
Do it. I've got a crazy one, but we don't have time for it.
No. So the Devereaux Mansion on our property
Yes.
here at Triad Center,
Yes.
well-known semi
We need
scary-ish. Make you drum up some. He'll just turn on Thriller. Boom. So, but the Devereaux Mansion next door here,
Yeah.
which was built in the 1880s by one of the first millionaires of Salt Lake City, Craig Devereaux. I don't know. No, Johnny Devereaux.
Johnny C.
So that house is well known for a lot of people in the circles of scary Salt Lake City that it's haunted. The Triad Center used to have this. Now they have the church's security folks. Okay.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was like a third party security team that was part, and they would walk the grounds and they would check up all the properties and blah blah blah, and that's all of Triad Center plus the Devereaux Mansion. Now the Devereaux Mansion is creepy looking, right? And then there's not a lot going on. Now you might think of it as, it's in that one movie,
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. Outside the party, the
It's
Christmas
haunted
party.
by Lloyd Christmas.
So we had a security guard back in the day that 100%. I was always like, yeah, blah blah blah. Do you guys see any weird stuff on your rounds and stuff? And he goes, no, but the Devereaux Mansion is definitely haunted. And the guy was matter of fact. Oh yeah, here we go. So the guy is so matter of fact about this. He was dead freaking serious. He goes, when I lock up there, I typically have to lock up the same door or the same window because it tends to be opened. It's toward the top of the building, and there was a little girl who was killed or died in the home, and I talked to her quite often. The guy was like so freaking matter of fact. He's like, I have conversations with her all the time. She's actually very nice. There's a man in there who's not as nice, and when he's there, I tend to have the other guards shut the doors for me, and I'm like, and I like even he was saying it so matter of fact. He's like, I talk to her all the time, like he's talking like he's mentioning like, I talked to your aunt the other day. He's like, no, I speak with her all the time. She's wonderful. But if the man's there, and I don't know if he had something to do with her death, but he's not somebody I like being around. And I was like, okay. And so one night, Ethan Millard and I, who did the Nightside Project for all those years, we arranged having the guy open it for us, and we walked around the Devereaux Mansion. Are you the child killed by the cold car? Like we were trying to we were trying to act like we were cool, but like, man, it was scary. That is a scary, because you go up into the upper parts of these old mansions, and by the time you do get up to the top, you're like, and by the way, the scariest part of the whole house in the Changeling is that room that he has to burst through the door.
Yes.
Go watch The Changeling, 1980, George C. Scott. Scares the crap out of you.
Yeah, cap your Halloween night with that.
It will.
Thank us later.
If you're, your kids will not. My kids can't even take anything scary anymore. They can't take anything scary.
No.
So, all right. We'll take
That
the break.
music made it.
I know, it
Once
actually did.
Like as soon as that music started playing, I just leaned into Alex.
Haunted Devereaux Mansion across the street over here, fellas.
Yep.
Let's go check it out. Let's go hold hands and go walk through the mansion. All right, we'll take a break. We've got more to go around the corner. Mitch Harper is going to join me next. Thanks, Sam, for hanging out, man.
That was
Appreciate
awesome.
it. We'll come back and we'll jam with you on some Big 12 in the college football playoff rankings. Stay here.